Hello everyone, it's Rad. Welcome to Rad Tarot channel, and this video is going to contain a general tarot reading, and for that reason, as general tarot reading, the reading itself is going to relate to different subjects and situations and is going to manifest itself in a different way with every single different person. Now, in case you are interested to know about specifically about your personal situation, you can check out my website, which is listed here in the display, or it is as well shown in the description of the video. And there you are going to find, visiting it, you are going to find on a very front page full list of my services as well as their pricing, starting from just as little as $12 for the recorded readings and $15 for the private call readings. Apart from that, if you want to see me live, or you want to contribute with an event on me, you can check out my Facebook page, which as well you can see here on the video or in the description down below, and consider sharing and subscribing the video, because this is a one-man operation and your support does helps a lot. That being said, I want you now to lay back comfortably and enjoy the show. Okay, so that is going to be a Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Scorpio Rising weekly tarot reading for June 10th to June 16th, 2019. And bear with me a second, guys, to shuffle the tarot cards. And oh my god. And we can jump straight away into the spread. Okay, so the first card, which represents the topic for Scorpio's week, that is going to be the Four of Cups, followed by the second card, which stands for the challenges about Scorpio week that Scorpio needs to overcome here. That is to be the Eight of Wands. Third card, which sits for the positive aspect of the week itself. This is going to be the Tower card. And the last one that stands for the guidance in regards to Scorpio week, or the guidance that Tarot has for Scorpio for throughout the week, that is to be the Fool card. So once again, we have the Four of Cups, which is in regards to topic, followed by the Eight of Wands, which is as a challenge. Then it is the Tower card sitting as a positive aspect of the week. And then the last card, it is the Fool that sits as a guidance from Tarot. All right, Scorpio, so this is going to be a good week, guys, in the terms of that you are to feel, or we are to feel ourselves rather in a very, I would say, consistent and calm place. Either in regards to career, relationship, or both. And to a place, in fact, where we would rather not risk anything in order to provoke any kind of movement, but because we are to be, simply happy of how the situation is as it is. That is well described here into the first one, that it is the Four of Cups. And it does point exactly that. One sits into one place being... how can I place it, attending to the current endeavors they have, current relationship that they have, a current career that they have, and these kind of stuff, constraining themselves around these enterprises and these endeavors, while in the same time there is an additional opportunity coming around here with this fourth cup that it is presented from us, from the clouds. But for some reason we are rather hesitant to take it, not because it's a bad, not because it's a good one, but because simply what we have currently on our plate is rather enough, or we think it's enough. Okay, so for that reason, and any acute mental strength is needed here, one to realize that they can actually take care of something more. To be honest, the Four of Cups, it's the final stage of one's benefits. What I mean is that where we are finding ourselves right now in regards to the situation, it is just consuming the final fruits of our labor. And for that reason, we need to start thinking of what we are to do next forward. speaking that we should provoke a new activity into our relationship or into our career. You know, we should think of a new hobby to take on, or simply something that is going to make this boring environment to go away. The accompanied card here, that is to be the Two of Cups. The formation is a passive supporters that we have, and it is likely that well, actually does speaks for new love interest, to be honest. A love interest that you, Scorpio, may be reluctant to take on is because you don't find it in an emotional beneficial at that specific point. If it is not a love interest, then it could speak for a business partnership, you know, or a cooperation with their coworker, which again you may be reluctant to take on, because why you want to jeopardize your current positions at work, you know, or into your relationship status, just so you kind of like pull the devil by his tail. It's something we have into our country as an expression. So in other words, Scorpios, this week will be rather, well, you have a choice to make, I would say. The week could be completely normal and passive, exactly as the previous week, you know, where there won't be any tantrums, where there won't be any unpleasant surprises, but there won't be any exhilarating surprises either. Well, there are, but you may be rather hesitant to take them. And that is kind of understandable due to the second card, which is the challenge that you need to overcome. That is the Eight of Wands, and the challenge itself points that some of those new opportunities, new additions that may come to your way are going to seem rather risky, and they are going to be risky. Now, the Eight of Wands here says that there are going to be many openings for you, you know, to do something different, to associate yourself with a different person, to date with different people, and those kind of stuff. But the thing is that not every one of those enterprises are gonna be good for you. That is due to the topic, and that's why that is due to the challenge. And the challenge, the real challenge itself, is to approach either of those new openings with a clear-headed mind, so you can have a sober understanding how beneficial that thing is going to be and how positive that thing is going to be for you. Because while it is good not to sit into one place and constantly evolve, you have to do it the right way. And here there are forks, right, which well, let's say there are as much good options as much there are also a bad options available. And that's why it's kind of understandable, because I am Scorpio, you know, I wouldn't risk it. I would prefer rather to sit into one place and not indulge myself with something that may turn out good or may not turn out good. So I am more like a how can I describe a person who prefers to bet on a secure endeavor, should I say that way? But not every one of us are like that. Then the next card is going to be the Seven of Cups, or the accompanied card, and the formation here, it is a active enemies that we have. So with the Seven of Cups, actually this is one more thing that is going to be a challenging for you. It's not like challenging, but it's going to deprive you from leaning more toward experiencing new things into your life, and that is your grounding state. I mean, very calculative and grounding state. Once again, saying, you know, why should I, you know, risk everything I have right now, like a peaceful life, like solid, not solid, but rather steady career, you know, maybe good relationship into my life, for a thing that may not turn out well. Yeah, it looks the prospects looks good, but there is still a chance that it may fall apart, and if it falls apart, I lose literally everything. Because with the Eight of Wands, it is exactly that. You get either all, or you either are gonna be left with nothing. So mind yourself when you are to jump into those openings, and take your time to truly analyze them well, because like I said, you may deprive yourself from everything that you currently achieved, and it will be completely understandable if you decide not to risk it. I mean, it is entirely up to your decision, but yet again, it is quite a positive week for those Scorpios which have nothing to lose, literally, all right? So for them, it is simply all or nothing, which nothing they have currently. So what possibly can go wrong even further? So yeah, it does depend how you find yourself into your life, but the week could be as peaceful as possible, or it could be as opportunistic as possible as well. And the next card that we do have for you, Scorpios, yeah, this is going to be, or Scorpio, this is going to be the Tower card, which is the positive aspect of the week. So Tower card, it is pointing that this week is going to undergo a transformation, just like we said with the many openings. But this transformation can be used in a couple of ways. I would say it that way, that the Tower at the end is going to have rather positive and cleansing effect for you. It's a very peculiar card into this follow-up that we have. The Tower here points that you are going to manage very well your environment, depriving the environment itself from crisis, simply because the chaos that it is meant to wreak havoc upon your endeavors this week is going to be controlled by you. Okay, so you are to control over the chaos and therefore direct the chaos the way that serves you best. For that reason, it is very unlikely that, for example, your career gonna hit the rock bottom, your marriage is gonna hit the rock bottom, and so on and so forth. Even more, with the Tower card, you can restructure those fields of your life the way you want them to be restructured, and not to bypass this interpretation that the Tower promises great amounts of growth. Should you be agile enough, or rather like a determined enough to build up, to rebuild, to bring down and rebuild. For example, you may not be pleased of how your marriage is right now, okay, systemized right now, so you kind of like evoke your wife or your husband. You sit down on the table and renegotiate all the rules that are involved into the marriage itself, structuring it the way that there is now room for even further growth into this marriage. The accompanied card here, that is to be the Sun, and we're definitely talking about an enormous energies of growth and energies of prosperity that we are going to have from these couple of cards. This formation, it is a active supporters that we have, and it is very likely with these couple of cards, guys, that you are gonna find a common thing in between how can I place it, a rival, idea or people of rivalry. I don't know how to explain it, but let's say that the previous week you have argued with your boss over something, and now in this specific week you are gonna find a common thing together, either because he adapted to your way or you adapted to his way. It doesn't really matter, but the point is that you're gonna bury down the hatchets of war for one or another reason. It is because the whole situation is gonna undergo a transformation. Now, should you want to take a participation into this transformation and truly take advantage of the new opening, well, like I said, entirely up to you. Although the guidance, it is the Fool, and the Fool here asks you to take advantage of it. You know, just close your eyes and take the leap of faith. It is what that card asks you as a guidance, because what we said at the start of the reading is that you are on a stage where you consume the final fruits of your labor, and probably in a couple of weeks from now or a month from now you will no longer be satisfied of where you're staying, and you would have wished to turn back the clock into this week, June 10 to June 16, and took that particular opportunity or opening, because it would have been something that you will have a muse to work upon or to proceed on forward with. You know, you would have the enthusiasm and something to look forward to in general. The accompanied card here, this is going to be the 10 of cups formation. It is a active neutrals that we have. So it's rather peculiar combo. At that stage, it's well, it does regards to the human nature, where we humans, no matter how much we have, we always want more. And while most of the time this kind of shade of the human nature, it leads us to bad things, greed, and so on and so forth. Right now, it is the drive that is going to lead you toward a process of growth. So you need to lean on these things. So demand, or rather, like ask for more from your marriage, or for your marriage, ask for more for your career unfoldment, and etc. etc. Of course, as we said, right now it's only about a taking advantage of the window of opportunity, and we're not talking about a grand success that you are to have. The way how this could manifest for me, I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I don't have a love interest, I don't have anything planned for my career, but who knows? I mean, throughout the week something could happen that will give me a window of opportunity to expand on either of those fields. I don't really know, but I am looking forward to see how this new opening is gonna play out. For me. So, and based on this guidance, I'm gonna take it with my with my open hands, and I'm going to rather embrace it, because probably it's gonna be the change I need to make my life, I would say, more cheerful than it is right now. My life, it's it's stable, okay? I mean, I'm pretty happy how my life is, but there isn't much of a cheerful enterprises in it. But that's a different topic. So that being said, guys, this was your weekly tarot reading for June 10th to June 16th, 2019. I hope you enjoyed it and you liked it, and we're going to see each other around. Until then, bye.